just a bloke in a bar.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the DMP. Listen, unfortunately, Tom and Eddy couldn't make it. They've got a golf day. So, you know what? We called up a much more reliable source, a much more reliable part of the team, and we've gone 2 carrot cakes this time. 2 carrot cakes, as you can see. They're going to turn up. They're going to turn up. They're not going to play golf willy-nilly and be like, oh, don't worry about it, Kempy, I'm not going to be there this week. They're turning up whenever they are needed. That's called a team player. And I'll tell you something else. It really does seem to like filter through the club. Look how they act. Look how Manly is. You know what I'm saying? Like not turning up for their duty, not turning up for what they need to do. Manly, absolute basket case of club. Me, on the other hand, always turning up for my duty, always doing my job. My team in a grand final. You do with that what you will, but it looks to me like the fans are just like the club when it comes to Manly. Absolute basket case, no responsibility. And listen, if you want to learn some lessons about turning up, about being on time, about being there for the DMP community, like clearly Tom and Eddy don't give a shit about the DMP. They'd rather play golf. They don't care, but I do. I care. So listen, if you want some lessons on just how to give back to a community that's given you so much, maybe I can speak to them next time. But they're out actually at Scopes Golf Day, so they'll be having a great time. They'll be having a great time. But Matty, how you going, bro?
I'm good. I'm just stoked to see Carrot Cake back on the desk. I think it would have been 2021. That would have been when Carrot Cake, right at the start. So it's been 4 years.
I feel like they're smaller carrot cakes, though.
They are. Coles didn't have bigger ones than that this morning.
2 carrot cakes are better than 1. 2 carrot cakes. No, they're at the Skipper Scopes Golf Day, where he gets a bunch of ex-players and content creators, and it's an awesome golf day. Awesome. If you're a business, really good to get sponsoring. They're really good to get sponsoring. So they'll have a great day, the boys. Listen, guys, I'll be honest. There was a part of me that nearly gave in to my weaker side. And I nearly was like, you know what? The boys aren't here. It's not going to be anywhere near as good of a show with obviously the boys not here. Maybe I should just put a post up and say the DMP's off this today. And I was really close to doing it. You know why? Because Ghosts of Yotei, this is a game that I've been waiting for years, is out today. Like today, right now, I could be playing it. And I was like, bro, that would be nearly a whole day. Because like, I can't remember the last time I had a whole day to do something. So, for example, on the weekends, the footy's on, so you got to watch that. And I'm not complaining, guys. I'm extremely lucky. I'm just telling you, like, a whole day with, like, nothing to do, that would be insane. It could have been today. Ghost of Yotei, it's out. But, you know, you know what? I said, no, I've got to put the people first. So you've got a much lesser version of the DMP, but I come through. For the crew. But I tell you what, when I'm getting home this Arvo, I'm going to be downloading Ghost of Yotei and I'm going to play the shit out of it. I tell you what, also, and it'll be taking 2 seconds to download. Matter of fact, when I get back, I'll film on my story, my Instagram story. I'll film how quick, because of Lontel, the internet, how quick it is to download Ghost of Yotei. It might be like 60, 70 gigs. Go to my Instagram story later this Arvo. You will be mind blown by how quick Lontel's internet is. So good. I want to bring in the Lontel crew too, and I want to game on this 100-incher here. I want to bring it in here, the PlayStation.
I was watching the cricket yesterday on that 100-inch before the Dally M Awards. Oh my God.
Like, so LG hooked us up with like top of the range 100-incher. Like, you couldn't get any better. Right, we watched Origin 3 on that.
Oh, yeah, we did too.
So good, but Origin 3 wasn't even in 4K. So what I want to do is, I was thinking about doing more gaming stuff in the off-season, just fun stuff, like just because there's not as much content, maybe some Mario Kart stuff, some fighting game stuff, or whatever, FIFA stuff. And so what I'll do is I'll bring the PlayStation in and we'll have a sesh there. But
nice.
Yeah, listen, guys, make sure to go to lontel.net.au/blog. They're absolute legends. I'm going out to PAX next week. I cannot wait. Me and Matty are going down there next Saturday. Hang out with the crew, have a few beers with the crew, go around, check out the latest games, check out the latest technology. It's going to be the best. And also, there's quite a lot of people that have signed up to Lontel, but they haven't connected. So if you've already signed up, just go back and connect, because there's no credit card, there's no contract. You've just got to connect. And there's like a lot of people that have signed up, but they haven't connected. It takes you 2 seconds, and trust me, you will not regret it. You really will not regret it. So make sure to go back and do that. All right, let's get into it, shall we? James Tedesco wins the Dally M with 67 points. I think we all saw this coming with Teddy.
Yep.
67 points. You know, it's not a record though, is it?
I think it's a record margin, but I don't think it's a record.
Was it 71 or something like that last year? Or was it? No, it was Nico Hines who got like 70.
Nico Hines got the most.
Wow. That's, when you think about it, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty crazy, that win from Nico. But
so Nico got 38, but it was like different back then. So 38 times 2 is 76. Fuck.
Far out.
Holy shit.
That's crazy.
76.
Wow. I mean, he was so good that year.
He got 38 with the old system.
Bro, he was so good that year. Like
he was a freak.
And Guru always says this, but it's actually the worst thing that could have happened to him because now it's like, unless he's doing that, he's shit.
Yeah.
But like even this year, all of his stats for a number 6, I see him more as a number 6, but all of his stats, like his attacking stats are better than most 7s, but they're actually as good as a lot of 6s too. So he's stats wise, he's one of the best halves in the competition. And so, look, we go through the whole, big moments or whatever, but like there's so much more to the game than just big moments. Anyway, so Tedesco wins, Cleary second, Katoa third, Payne Haas on 44 as well, Blake Brayley, Tom Dearden, Reece Walsh. What about Reece Walsh? How many games did he miss this year?
I'll have a look.
It wasn't that many actually. Wasn't that many, I don't think.
I guess the thing is though, like him and Payne are taking points of each other every game basically.
What I will say though is Luke Metcalf, 40 points.
40 when he was injured.
And he got injured like what, round 10? Maybe round 11?
Yeah, around the low teens, yeah.
So all he needed, are you telling me he couldn't have picked up an extra, to be close to Teddy, an extra 20 points for the rest of the year?
Round 15. Round 17. But still.
Oh, okay. So
it's still 10 more. It's still 10 more games.
So 10 more games, he would have needed to average, or just say 25 points or 26 points. 26 divided 10. 2.6 a game.
Well,
just 2 games is if you get 2 man of the matches, that's 12 points.
But like the evidence suggests that he definitely would have got that because he did it at the start of the year.
Wow.
I feel bad.
I feel terrible for Metcalf. Like the fact that, sometimes you see someone get a top of the Dally M and it's like, it's for the first 5 rounds and then like there's nowhere to be seen. Whereas this was actually something different. This was, when he went behind closed doors, he was he was leading it, I think.
Especially when after like he went over to Vegas, didn't have a great game. In fact, had a poor game. Yep. So did the whole team. And everyone's like, oh, this is the halfback. And then he just turned it around like that.
Crazy. DCE, Will Kennedy. The Will Kennedy one is like another situation where you kind of feel a bit sorry for Kennedy because we even speak about like, they probably need another fullback to get another level, but he's won the most Dally M points fullback-wise outside of Teddy and Walsh.
Wow.
Like the third most points for a fullback in the NRL was Will Kennedy.
See, that's crazy. Like he wasn't nominated for fullback of the year.
Yeah.
So Blake Bailey beat him, right? So he's got the second most points in that shark spine.
Yeah.
Wow. And like he's like the, no disrespect, but he'd be
that's what I mean.
He'd be 4th in that list.
Jeez. So that's I guess if you're Kennedy and like constantly getting asked to take pay cuts or sign 1-year deals, you'd be like, far out. Like surely I can get a 2 or 3 year deal when I'm in the top 10 for the Dally M. But yeah, look, Teddy wins it. I mean, he's just such a consistent player. He just. It's James Tedesco. We all know how good he is. I think the biggest challenge for Teddy going forward is like, since Cooper Cronk, not 18-19, the Roosters haven't fired a shot.
Yeah.
And I think that his next challenge is not individual stuff and it's not rep stuff. It's getting this Roosters side a premiership where he's the main man.
Yeah.
I think because like Tedesco has played well enough to be considered a great in his position, but I think like to be considered a great, you have to have like been the main man to win a premiership. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like obviously he iced the 2019 one, but that was Cronk. Like it was Cronk's premiership.
He was gun. Teddy was gun, but they were Cooper Cronk's premierships.
Yeah.
And that's no knock on Teddy at all. Like he was still gun.
Well, it's a bit like Munster and Melbourne.
Yeah, 100%. Like no one's sitting here saying Munster's not good. And we actually said yesterday on the captain's run, we were like, that's the last challenge Munster has actually, is to go all the way to fight for a premiership. And so I think, look, it'd be different if Tedesco wasn't the captain, but I think it's because he is the captain. His next step is to be the man to win the premiership.
Yeah.
So going to be interesting to see how that all pans out. But yeah, massive congratulations. I mean, arguably one of the most consistent players we've ever seen. Like,
well,
seriously,
he's won 2 Dally M's, but in 2022 when Hines won, he came second, and he came second last year as well. So he's got 2 seconds as well.
Yeah, crazy. So
he's
good.
Just always up there.
Now, captain of the year, James Tedesco won captain of the year. I got to say, I was really surprised with this one. Really surprised. I just think, we all know Teddy's a great captain. Like, I mean, don't even need to say that. But like, surely captain of the year should be for a team that roster isn't that great but overachieves. Whereas like Roosters definitely didn't overachieve this year. They scraped into 8 and got knocked out the first week. Like surely, I know Tarpane couldn't win because of suspension, which is nonsense. But like, I don't know, Sharky's like captain or Harry Grant. Or did he suspension? Suspension. But like, yeah, Sharky's captain or, like who else we got in the top 6 there? Warriors captain or Bulldogs critter.
I think Sharky's because isn't McInnes their captain? I think because he got injured, maybe he.
Yeah, maybe.
I wasn't too surprised about this one purely because of all the young guys that came in to that Roosters team. They had to debut 8 people and they all played about 15 games and Teddy's the senior guy. So I wasn't too surprised about that one, to be honest.
Yeah, see, I was. I just felt like for where the Roosters finished, like, it's pretty good. Like, it's solid. Whereas I feel like, for example, I would have even, unless he was injured all the time, who is the Dolphins captain again?
Check.
See, I like the Dolphins with all the injuries they had and the fact that they're, third year in the competition. That's someone I'd probably go to as well.
So, yeah, Dolphins is hard because it was Gilbert and then he got injured. Then it was Kafusi and then it was Katoa.
When did Katoa become the captain?
Round 16.
See, so maybe they've just given it to him, A, because he's a good captain, obviously, but B, because he was the captain the whole year.
Yep.
I guess.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But then Critter, like I actually thought Critter, because I like made the post who I thought was going to win. I actually thought it was going to be Critter.
Like, yeah, Critter for sure. Like they finished in the top 4. Their roster on paper is not hectic.
Yeah.
So I would have gone Critter for sure. And he, so look, I'm not like fully against it. I was just a bit surprised because I feel like the Roosters had a solid year, but not a great year. Whereas I think the Bulldogs, even though they bowed out late in the season, I would still consider that a great year for the Bulldogs. Like I really would.
Absolutely.
And think about as well, with everything Critter had to deal with in regards to positional changes, all that noise, all the headlines, everything like that, and they still managed to finish in the top 4. Like, I think that, the suspension stuff's got to go because it's got to be Tarpane.
The captain of the year is Tarpane.
The captain of the year is Tarpane, and it's not even close. Yeah. Like, it's not even close. We're talking about a guy that played probably every single game, that took a team that was favourites for Wooden Spoon all the way to a minor premiership. Not only did it through leadership, he was also one of the best front rowers in the competition. Yeah. Like, that's the captain of the year for me. So, I'm not like fully against Tedesco or whatever. Just a difference in preference. I would have gone probably Tarpane, Critter, Teddy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Tarpane
was the winner.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Grumpy Coffee, the best coffee in all the land. We've got some really, really big plans for Grumpy Coffee, guys. So trust me, if you haven't tried it, give it a try. grumpycoffee.com.au. We've got Everyday Blend, which is smooth and balanced, milk chocolate, hazelnut, gelato, and brown sugar. That's the tasting notes. Trust me, Matty, you know this blend is unbelievable. Every day.
Yeah, I had 2 pods of it this morning already.
Oh, so good. So trust me, guys, go to the site. Make sure to grab them. We've got Very Grumpy as well. The Hello Sport Boys love it as well. They always come in and the first thing they say is, can I get a coffee? Literally every single time. And also don't forget to get your good day at begoodhealth.com.au. Okay, team of the year, Teddy at fullback, Coates on the wing, Crichton on one centre, Staggs in the other centre, Nwanga Nitawase. All makes sense to me. I probably would have had Herbie there over Staggs. However, Staggs' back end of the year has been really, really good. But I was a little bit surprised Herbie didn't get that. Okay, so Ethan Strange at 6. Yep. Cleary at 7. Look, I think this is a technicality because he came in the top 3 above Katoa. But I would have had Katoa at 7 this year.
And just so it's clear for people, the judges vote on the positions different to the points. So it's not all based on points, but the top 3 automatically get their spot. Now, Katoa did come 3rd, but Cleary beat him for 2nd. So that's why Cleary got in.
Yeah. Okay. Then we've got Haas, 8. Brayley, 9. We've got Adam Fanua-Blake, 10. Hudson Young, 11. Katoa, 12. And Clark, 13. All makes sense. I would say Terrell May. I probably would have had Terrell May there at 10 over Adam Fanua-Blake. I felt like Fanua-Blake started the year really well, was a bit quiet for a period there, then he came good again. Where I think Terrell May, like all year long, was unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I thought Terome deserved it. To be honest, if Tarpanay was eligible, he would have been Tarpanay.
Yep.
Now that he's not eligible, I thought May was a shoo-in. I thought he was incredible. Fanua Blake was obviously great, but I think they got that one wrong.
Mate, aren't we in a golden age of front rowers?
How good is it?
Like, the fact that a guy as good as Adam Fanua Blake has challenged with Tarpanay, with Terome, then you've got like Tino as well. I know he plays 13, but he's basically a front rower. You got Haas. I mean,
Fish,
Leota. Like, just so good. Like, and what's good is, like, funnily enough, all of them on their day can win the battle.
You know, it's a great pub discussion, and we've done it a million times, but trying to rank them. Obviously, Haas is number one, but trying to rank the rest of them,
but it's
impossible.
But also, like, what are you trying to rank? Like, if you're ranking a pairing, you can't go past Leota and Fish.
Exactly. And if you're ranking on stats, Fish will come last.
Yeah, and Leota as well. They both would, but their job isn't about not selfish stats, but their job isn't just about their job was specifically they had a role to play, and no one could play it as good as them because the way they played was hit the deck, quick play the balls, and line speed.
And look at the impact Fish has had on the Warriors this year. Like, he had to replace Fanua Blake.
I know, and like culturally, I've always said with the Warriors, like, the same people left. If this same quality of people left 5-6 years ago and they had this many injuries, honestly, they would have finished like 14th. Whereas this new Warriors outfit, so good. So
just going back to centres, this may be controversial. I think the best two centres this year were Staggs and Herbie, and then Critter third.
Okay.
Yeah, not only by a B's, but I think Staggs had a phenomenal year. And Herbie, I think he got cruel because he got injured. He only missed a few weeks.
He didn't miss that many. It was like 4 weeks.
I think it's a bit harsh that Herbie missed out. It was the three. It's actually harsh that any of them missed out, to be honest. Like, they all killed it. But like, just for the season, I thought they were the best two centres.
So I think Staggs, if you were to just do the back end of the season, I would actually go Staggs number one.
True.
Like, I think Staggs had the best back end of the season of anyone. And I know Herbie got injured or whatever. Maybe because Herbie got injured, maybe that's what hurt him. But yeah, Staggs, the back end of the season, absolutely best centre in the comp, not even a question. But there was a period at the start where defensively he struggled a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's probably just getting used to Madge's system. Look, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. Like, Staggs, especially the back end, some of the big moments he's had, like, wow.
I tell you what's funny. Well, not funny. I don't know why. It's just a feeling. But when people are pledging their allegiance to other countries, I've been disappointed, but I'm happy to see, like, you know, when Haas pledged for Samoa, I'm like mad. If Staggs pledges his allegiance to Tonga and doesn't play for Australia, I'm going to be disappointed. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about him specifically, but I really want to see him play in that Australian jersey this year. And this is coming from a selfish Australian. Obviously, all the Tongan fans are wanting to play for Tonga, but I love Staggs. I really want him to see him on that Ashes tour this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so look, I'm pretty happy with the Dally M Team of the Year. I'm pretty happy. Other awards, Rookie of the Year, Rob Toya. Now, do they include Origin? Does that come into consideration with Rookie of the Year? I assume it does.
I didn't think so, but considering he won, it must have.
It must have.
Which is not fair. That's not fair because Lecker can't play Origin. So it can't be, surely.
Well, yeah, it's an interesting one because I want to make this really clear. I still think Toya had a really good year. Like, I still think... So I'm not saying that Toya didn't have a good year. Really, really solid. Probably the best defensive centre in the comp statistically this year. He was outstanding. Great in Origin. I reckon Iongi or Leka Halasima probably just had a better year this year.
Yeah, Toya was third for me. I was a bit shocked at that. I thought I could barely split Leka and Iongi.
Yeah, I couldn't split Leka and Iongi. I thought it was definitely going to be either one of them.
I think Origin must have helped. It must have. Which is a bit...
I guess because but the tough thing is that, like, Leka doesn't even have the opportunity to play Origin, so that's not fair. Yeah, look, I'm not mad at it or anything like that, but it's definitely he was third in my order.
He was third in my order as well.
Third in my order, but good on him. To be honest, like, people don't really remember the Rookie of the Year. Like, it's good to have. It's good to have, but you know, it's
especially when like last year was a shambles when Galvin should have won it, but he got suspended, so he wouldn't win.
Yeah.
All these suspensions are kind of ruining it.
Mate, it's so shit. They got to sort the suspension out. Coach Ricky Stewart. Yep, agree with that. Guys, don't forget, Aspley Mazda, Luke Camilleri, give him a follow, LDC_01. If you need a car, Aspley Mazda is the place to go. Best in the business. They sponsor Katoa, Opataya, Alex Glenn, Gerald Yaoyi. They are there's a reason why everyone goes to him, guys. If you want them, shoot Lukey a message, LDC_01. Give him a follow as well because he gives away prizes. And when I say he gives away prizes, he like gives away cars every now and then. Like it's actually insane, but you've got to be following him. So go over there and follow him. All right, the Rugby 360 breakaway competition. Rugby 360 has reportedly been given the green light to start next October. Up to 10 players are reported to be in talks, including Zach Lomax, which Jason Rolls confirmed was on the table and would have to have a serious think about. Look, everyone knows all this kind of stuff. Peter Vandy's has come out and said it's a gamble. You want to gamble, you're gambling with your future. I would say I am super interested that Riles already said we would have to seriously think about it.
I hate it from Riles because, okay, if they want to free up cap space to get someone else, then here's every right to do that.
That's what it sounds like.
Well, that's fine. But now us as a game loses Zach Lomax from that. He's going to break a contract, but it's technically fine. It's technically legal. But because they want to free up cap space, we're going to lose Zach Lomax. Then you've got to ask. So the Eels have got to sacrifice because everyone doesn't want to lose a play to the game. Like the Eels' number one priority is themselves. Exactly. I'm not. I just hate it selfishly. Riles has every right to do that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that like Zach Lomax isn't on overs. He's on unders, if anything. He just won their Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Like
he had a good year. He had a very good year.
Most of the start of the year. Like first half, great.
Yeah.
Second half, solid. But surely you'd say, oh, listen, we're just going to speak to Lomax, but we definitely want to keep him. There's something like that. It's not coming out and saying we'd have to have a serious think about that. That's super interesting.
Strange.
Super strange. Like basically saying that you'd be open to considering losing the Player of the Year for you guys that year.
And like your marquee signing from this year.
Wow. I mean, maybe Riles truly is of the mind, if you don't want to be here, I don't want you here.
And I respect that.
Like that's actually how you want your coaches to be, because that shows that they are not going to let their club be disrespected by, a player going, oh, I'm getting offered more money elsewhere, I want to get out of here. It's like, well, we're doing you a favour by you being here because this is a great club that's going to go and do great things. The tough thing is, though, is like the world isn't black and white. Sometimes you need to bend a little bit to keep the stars happy.
I respect, but I do respect it.
100% I could respect it. Absolutely. I could really respect it.
I don't know how much speculation this is, but I think I read that they're going after Jonah Pezzett now, and then this will help them get that, get him.
I just think, man, a lot of managers are starting to throw their player up to get a bit more extra money. Apparently Braithen Astor said that like Lomax is almost like speculation-wise, but he's like gonna do it.
Yeah, Braith is convinced.
Like he was convinced. Like he's saying like it's still just speculation, but he believes he's going to do it, which is crazy to think.
I can't believe that. It hasn't all happened so quickly, but like I didn't really take it seriously until yesterday, to be honest.
So crazy. So crazy.
It's weird. Like, I think a lot of the 10 players that are mentioned are all managed by the one person as well, or the one management company.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that's interesting as well.
Yeah, that is super interesting. Absolutely. Look, I know there's so many different reasons. They could be political. They could be trying to put pressure on world rugby. There could be a million reasons why they're doing this. I just don't know if rugby union, now I get it, rugby union is a world game, guys. I'm not saying that. It is. However, does it have the base to support this league like in a big way? Because they'd need to support it in a big way. Now, maybe the people that are putting this on don't care about money at all, but then I'm kind of like, well, what's the point of it?
Why are they doing it? Yeah.
It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. Look, Live Golf kind of worked, they reckon. Like, they got a seat at the table now at least.
Yeah, and with the research that I've done, and there's a lot more that I don't know about that I do know, but it's kind of different apparently, because Live Golf was directly going against the PGA or whatever. Apparently this rebel rugby comp, it's not even whatever it's called, are like working with World Rugby. So like,
what?
Yeah, apparently that's what they said on 360
but
last
how come
night.
Australia's saying no, you can't play for that?
I don't know.
I think a lot of nations will say you can't play for this country if you go and play for that breakaway thing.
What do you think about that?
Well, look, it just depends. Like, it's a hard one, because if this new comp is going to hurt rugby union and scatter everyone across the globe, and all talent's going to be, and then eventually it all falls into a heap of shit, and like you've got all these players that are now, you know what I mean, like without contracts or whatever, it could really hurt the game if everyone kind of, whereas they do it, even though it's not the best system at the moment, they do have a working system that has solid foundations over the last 50, 60 years, where leagues that have stayed around for a while But like what's tough though is like even club footy in like club union in England and I think Ireland as well. Like they've got a bunch of clubs shutting down. Like, yeah, it's a tough one. It's a really tough one. I'd love to see. Look, I'd make a more definitive answer once I see what the business plan is. And I don't mean like as I need to see the full on business plan, but like who's the TV rights deal going to? Like, what's the plan to make revenue? Is it going to be a crazy deal with Amazon on Netflix and is it going to be more of a touring thing where it's like a festival every time they come to a city?
That's the other thing with Live Golf as well. Like, it's not that easy to certainly in Australia. Like the TV deal, it's very hard to watch here. Just back to the Wallabies thing. Like, just say they did get Pappenhausen and Lomax, for example. Just say they got 10 players. They wouldn't have gone to rugby anyway, most likely. So are the Wallabies actually just going to say no to having Pappenhausen or Lomax even think about having them for the Wallabies? Like they're getting leagues that they wouldn't have ever got.
Yeah,
I reckon it's like I understand why they're doing it, but I don't know. I think they should be a little more open minded than just shutting them off.
Yeah, look, it's going to be interesting. Watch this space. Watch this space. Now, what about take us through the story of what happened in Super League?
All right, let me get the statement up. But basically, so Lee Leopards are playing Wigan Warriors this weekend in a semi-final. They call it the major semi-final, but it's to get into the grand final, basically. So basically like a prelim. So it's basically like Penrith versus Broncos, I guess. Anyway, out of nowhere, Wigan Warriors released a statement saying this. Our club was informed in writing by Derek Beaumont of Lee Leopards that they do not intend to fulfill this Friday's scheduled semi-final fixture. So literally, they're going to pull out. We can confirm that Lee Leopards were offered the choice of 4,600 unreserved seats or 5,400 reserved seats in the North Stand. This allocation was determined by the Independent Safety Advisory Group and Ground Safety Officer. The Super League will also sought separate safety advice, which fully endorsed this approach. It is important to note that the allocation offered was well above the 10% minimum required for away supporters. Now, basically, Lee aren't happy about that. They want more. But the Super League rules state that oppositions must give them 10%. This is not much more. I think it's like double. It's like 20% or something. But they're still not satisfied with this. And Wigan have basically, from what I'm reading, have basically called their bluff and put out this statement. And now the pressure's on Lee to kind of respond. But like, this is Thursday. The game's tomorrow. So, tomorrow, Friday, England time. So call it 2 days. But
surely
wild.
They play. Sure, what?
Crazy.
Just because they didn't get enough seats, but apparently they got more than the 10%, which is the minimum you're supposed to give someone.
Yeah.
Surely it's just to drum up, head noise and, trying to get in their head and whatever, news.
Yeah. Well, I guess like a Super League, like obviously it's a bit of a struggling comp, right? So maybe the club's on its knees and needs every dollar it can get, maybe.
But then, you're going to earn less money because if you don't do it at all.
Surely there's hectic legal implications about just not freaking turning up to a game.
Hell. You'd probably get kicked out of the frigging comp.
Yeah. It's just, I didn't believe it when I read it on Twitter yesterday. And it's still, like I just Googled it then. It's still, at this point, there's still nothing resolved.
What the hell? So how many seats did they ask for? Does it say?
No. It just said that they were allocated 5,400. Wait, let me check how big the stadium is.
Yeah.
Wigan Warriors Stadium. I'm going to guess it's 20. Yeah, 25. So it's 20%. And the limit the minimum's 10%. So it's double. It's bloody ridiculous, really.
Wow, that's crazy.
Let me just keep looking. Yeah, still no updates. Still no updates.
Wow. Far out. Did you see that try? Was it St. Helens versus
Leeds, I think it was.
Bro.
After the buzzer.
That's one of the craziest tries I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. And that's was that to get into a prelim or a grand final?
Into the prelim.
Bro, that was insane. The guy on the wing that bumped like 6 tackles and then somehow floated back inside on the right wing.
Yeah.
That was crazy, bro.
16 touches or 16 pairs of hands or whatever the hell it was.
Wow.
Is just ridiculous. Like, imagine if that, imagine if that happened. Imagine if that's how Broncos beat Penrith.
Bro.
Brisbane still would be locked down.
Bro. It's so insane. So insane.
But yeah, dramas in the Super League. The NRL need to acquire that ASAP.
What what are you acquiring? Like, you don't want to be sinking money into it. Like, yeah. Don't forget, guys, the Code Sports. The deal is ending. Use code finals. Go to codesports.com.au. Use code finals. And basically, for $1, you pay $1, you get 3 months. And that's only going to be around for finals, guys. So please use it. And Code Sports. It's no bullshit, none of that other stuff. It's just sports. And it's some of the best in-depth stuff you're going to see. Lewis Dodd, been granted a release. Yeah, look, I think this is the best for everyone.
Yep.
I do feel sorry for him.
Absolutely.
There's no reports that he was lazy. There's no reports that he didn't put in. So as long as he was trying as hard as he could, which it sounds like he was, you can't hold it against him that he just didn't seem to, you know what I mean? He's not intentionally not being good enough to play first grade right now, you know?
Well, I'll tell you why I can't hold it against him. He could have just sat at Coogee for the next 12 months or 24 months, however long the contract was, earn his $700,000 or whatever the hell he's on, and put his feet up. But he didn't. He could have held his ground and said, "Nah, I'm staying here," and he didn't.
And that's like, for a lot of people that have been super negative on him, and I know most people have been reasonable, but it's like that shows integrity, bro. There are a lot of people that have put shit on Lewis Dodd that if they were given the opportunity, you get half. Let's say someone owes you $1.5 million, and to have a bunch of integrity, you go, okay, just give me $750 and I'll move on so that we can both part ways amicably and it's not going to be too much of a stress. There are very few people that would do that. Most people would say, and they would be well within their rights.
Yep.
Like there would be well within their rights to go, no, I signed a contract. I came all the way out to Australia. I'm going to get my full contract. So I just think that he deserves a lot of credit for that. Like that's a sacrifice. He sacrificed for the betterment of the Rabbitohs.
Yeah,
really,
definitely.
And I think he learns credit for that. And like that shows you the measure of the man. So I hope that, he's the butt of everyone's jokes for a while, but I hope he gets shown the respect he deserves to making that decision, because you're absolutely right. He got to get paid $750,000 over year for 2 years. He still would have been able to get a Super League club after those 2 years if he had to.
Yeah.
And yet he didn't for the betterment of the club. So I think he deserves respect for that.
South paid him a six-figure sum. We don't know what the sum is, but I dare say it wasn't $700,000.
Well, I mean, maybe it might have been because he was owed 1.5 still. So it might have been 700.
True.
Which would still be a good deal for them because they,
Oh, it's a great deal for South. Yeah, South. Well, after South put themselves in that position. But
yeah. So I hope he gets it. Okay. Titans are reportedly interested in Lachie Ilias next season. It's understood the Dragons will not send his way. Jeez, I got to say, the Ilias to the Dragons is the strangest signing I've ever seen in my life. It's almost like as soon as they signed him, they didn't want him. So weird.
Yeah. Well,
so weird.
I see a lot more than him being a reserve grader, him going to the Titans. When I read that yesterday, I was very happy.
Yeah. It just needs to get his confidence back. I mean, he'll be what they need. Like, they just need a good solid 7,
Yeah, they just need someone who can kick and make their tackles and guide him around.
Does that mean that Campbell will be a 6, Brimo centre, Kinney fullback?
Oh, God, that's another whole question.
Yeah, let's not even get into that shit. Let's not even get into that. So guys, don't forget KO. So much content. I'll actually be going to Bathurst as well next week with KO, just for a day to shoot some content. So hopefully get some fun content there, guys, on the Friday. But outside of that, guys, make sure to grab your grumpy coffee. And also, if you need the best internet in all the land, go to lontel.net.au. Oh, Aussie footy shorts as well, guys. We've got Aussie footy shorts. Go to their website. They've got 1,000 designs. They're the best footy shorts in all the land. Footy shorts with pockets. But as usual, we'll go fuck ourselves. Thank you.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.